Hi, my name is Mark, and I am on a 366-pound journey, trying to get from 551 pounds to 185 pounds. Good news is I'm getting close to 150 pounds lost already. So, follow along. So, update time. I called the doctor because I have reached that magic number she wanted me to reach. And to get the next appointment. The next appointment is reviewing everything, doing a physical exam, and then in theory, setting up the surgery time. So when I called and I talked to the receptionist and I got the appointment set, the appointment is for the end of March. So that's more than a month away, about a month away. And then I asked about the surgery. I said, well, if we schedule the surgery, when is that likely to be? And she said, right now they're scheduling for June. If they're scheduling for June now, in a month, it's reasonable to assume they're scheduling for July. Well, it's a 366-pound journey. That gets me to 185 pounds, which is the upper limit of the quote-unquote proper weight for my height. And I'm coming up on 150 pounds lost. And the midway point is 183 pounds. And by July, I should have lost over 200 pounds easily, unless something really bad happens. So that's why that crossroads is there. Because when I first went to the doctor, one of the first things I said to her was that last time I went through this process, admittedly I weighed a lot more, the doctor said I needed to lose 100 pounds before he would even consider it. Because he said that people usually wind up at the midway point between their starting weight and their ideal weight. And that if I started at the weight I was at, which I think was 586, the midway point was still much, much too high. So, I'm at a quandary, because if I have lost 100 pounds, which is likely by July, since I started the doctor, which would then be 200 pounds since I started this journey, it would mean that I have 166 pounds to go, and I've already done 200 pounds of the big journey. At that point, I have to consider, if I've made it that far, do I really need to continue with the surgery? And I haven't made that decision, and I'm not likely to make that decision. What I think is going to happen in my life is that I'm going to see the doctor on March 30th, and I'm going to have a bit of a discussion with the doctor, and we'll see where I'm at that point. I mean, it's like 5 weeks away, so I'd be like 385, 390. But if I hit 350, which isn't that far away at that point, I really don't think there's any point in me doing the surgery, because then I'm gone more than halfway, and a good chunk more than halfway. It's not an easy decision because, again, the actual procedure doesn't scare me. I'm concerned a bit about my life after the procedure. But then if the procedure isn't even necessary, because the procedure, you still need willpower after the procedure. That's the big thing. It's not a magic wand. It helps you to stay on track, but it doesn't force you to stay on track. People still gain the weight back after the surgery, so you've got to still maintain a good balance of what you eat. So I don't have an answer. And I don't think I will have an answer, probably until sometime in June, at which point I will simply acknowledge that I'm going to have the surgery, or I will acknowledge that I have gone far enough without the surgery that I feel confident in continuing without the surgery. And it's going to involve some prayer. It's going to involve some thought. It's going to involve discussions with people. I mean, your input is appreciated. Like I said, I always read the comments. So I don't have an answer to my question, what to do if there's both a fork and a knife in the road. Do I take the fork or do I take the knife? And if I take the knife, I have to take the fork as well, because it's like I said, it's still willpower. It's still dieting. It's still being very cognizant of what you eat, which I think is the biggest step right now, is I'm cognizant of what I eat, and I'm recording what I eat, and I'm making sure I eat the right things, usually. I have had failures. I had a failure coming up this past weekend, like the one immediately before this video. So stay tuned. We'll have my weigh in. We'll have some more thoughts, and I'll share what I do in the final thoughts, just to let you know what the diet plan is. It's not that hard to do, but I will admit that you still get tempted. You still get, oh gosh, I could really use some whatever. Usually a carb. But yeah, and you'll be hungry the first few days, and then your stomach will say, okay, fine, I'm good with the new routine. Anyway, carry on. Like, share, subscribe. Just keep watching. Happy Saturday, or actually not so happy Saturday. So I was in a bit of a spiral this week, partly because of the news that kind of made me have to reconsider a decision that I thought I'd already made. The news being that the surgery may not happen until July. And I'm a bit of an emotional eater, which is something I need to really deal with. And I'm also get sort of defeatist, like, well, if it's not going to work, screw this, which is an attitude I've gotten rid of mostly. But the point being is that in response to the disappointment over what seems to be likely what's going to happen with the surgery, is that I'm probably not going to do it. I didn't lose as much weight. I ate more than I should. I mean, the basic plan remains, and I need to get onto it, and it's been working when I do it. The basic plan is small meals, mostly concentrating on high protein, low carb, and like maybe 3 or 4 small meals / snacks, coming to, honestly, I've been like 1,100 or 1,000 calories. So that's been good, and I've been sticking to it, and it's been fine. Part of the trouble is, though, once you break it, your hormones start wanting you to break it more. So your body works against you. When your body is used to it, your body's get, oh, this is fine. I understand. This is the food I'm getting. This is how much food I'm getting. You start feeding it bread and stuff, then it starts saying, give me more bread and stuff. So very much not a good loss. It's still a loss. It's 401, which is only 2 pounds. But considering how much I know that I ate improperly, that's actually good. But so let's get on to this idea. So that I did make 150 pounds, just barely. The real thing I was looking for was to get under 400. So like I said, being a 366 pound journey, if I can get to 200 pounds before the surgery, I don't think that I should do the surgery, because then I'll only have 166 pounds to go. So let's just say it's basically 50 pounds from now would be 200 pounds. At 3 pounds a week, which is a good low number for what I do when I'm sticking to the diet, it's actually only going to be 16 weeks. Well, 16 weeks puts us to June. And if the surgery's not till July, then I should have accomplished that. But I'm still going to see the doctor. I'm still going to talk to the doctor. And I think if she's a reasonable doctor, she'll understand my position. And I think we should still schedule the surgery. But since part of the pre-surgery is to make sure that you can lose weight and stick to a diet plan, if I stick to the diet plan and lose weight, I'll be under the 200. And if I'm not under the 200, it probably means I haven't been sticking to the diet plan, which means that I shouldn't be eligible for the surgery. So it's kind of a catch-22 there. Anyway, the journey continues. Consider myself self-scolded. And, get back on it. Meals, 300, maybe 400 calories, maybe like 3 meals a day plus a snack. And that's what I've got to do. And you do what you've got to do.